get to pick in some of the things I see, maybe the way they walk, the strength, that masculinity and all of that. So I picked that so much. And with time, with time, I begin to see myself sitting among, you know, people of the same mind, guys, because I live with guys. And I begin to enjoy company of such because I'm so used to them. Let me put it that way. So getting used to them has given me that kind of strength. I'm trying to tell you what happened before because there's a social construct that men are more stronger than women. That's not true. I'm trying to lay this foundation so we can all be on the same page that the background you are or background you lived or you want to live, your background from the age till you're at your younger age till you become an adult has a lot to do. I'm not trying to talk because I'm a therapist or a counselor, but we've seen over time from research that your background will likely determine some of the things you might likely get towards, what you will want to be doing. Maybe you will love to be doing choosing a career. I don't want to take it too strict. I'm trying to come so low so we can be on the same page. So the background you have has a lot to do with the kind of experience you have in that background. Meaning that the people you live with, the community, all that around you can define, yeah, that's the word, can define what comes next, how you grow up, and what your values will be like, and what the kind of career you want to pick. If you live among doctors, for instance, it's possible you might begin to tend towards, oh, let me see how, because I'm used to it, I see it around. So, what I'm trying to say is that journey before, because I grew up among brothers, I had the strength because you will learn to work with strength by all means because living with them, you're going to be having trouble, you're going to be fighting and all of that. And I don't want to go too much into that, but we are here for business too. So I, I I actually drew that strength, the courage, the tenacity, the resilience, because I don't want to be cheated being the girl. I will always want to stand up to face them. So I'm trying to pick some of the values that we can begin to pick from our background. So when you check yourself, you begin to see that your some things you pick while growing up is tendering towards what you are becoming now. In a nutshell, because I grew up with them, I was used to serving. I love to serve because I was the only girl. I would stay more in the kitchen. They also do their own chores, but I stay more. You can imagine the kind of work I do. So I tend to serve. I just serve and serve and serve and serve. And I thought no one loved me because I was serving and I was just working, being the only girl. And I felt, wow, poor brothers, you can't play. When they see me play, they say, oh, what are you doing? You're playing. Because they play, these are all social construct that is changing now. So that like before, like I said, my background, what I've experienced, the values I was able to pick from my parents has helped me in a way, pointing me towards what I want to do. So I remember at that age of 10 or 11, I've been engaging in all sorts of humanitarian work silently because the church I attend, there were opportunities for us to volunteer, there were opportunities for us to serve in different capacities. So I've been taking up some leadership roles gradually from primary school. I can remember, yeah, from primary school and all of that. So I was all about serving. That's the point I wanted to pick up. It was all about serving, and I enjoyed doing it. So along the line, I began to see that I love to help. I love to communicate. I love to help people have a better hope towards the future. If someone is sad, I want to be there for you. I want to do this for you. I want to hear you because, my own background, like I said, has pointed me towards serving. And that serving now, I just enjoy doing it. So that brings us to the next slide. And that slide is talking about What led me to starting? 7. I was just 7. I was just happy doing it. And I just felt, yes, I can serve and serve and serve. I'm still on my first slide, the before stage, and the original story, what led to starting. What led to starting was because I was opportune to have the pedestal of working with people, like I said, in different capacities, in that leadership capacity from a younger age. I remember being a part of the YMCA, that's the youth wing. They have a teenagers wing of the YMCA, they call them the high Y. I joined them, I think, when I was 13 through my church. And at that 13 years old, we were exposed to several leadership skills and qualities and other things that were taken out, and we were able to express ourselves. So, and it was just another way of me serving humanity, because what they do at the Young Men of Christian Association is to help humanity, is to express the love of God through helping people, the vulnerables, and all of that. So I just begin to see myself in that line. So that is how the passion started. I went through that route to talk about my experience because of the passion, how the passion came about. The passion came about because I want to help. I love to help. And that passion we're talking about is because of my experience. Like I said, what we enjoy doing, the hobby, you got it from somewhere. Is it that your immediate environment or external or however, you got it from somewhere. So those things you love doing internally and that gives you joy are the things that makes you feel wow. So the challenge is looking at those passion, how I was working in that realm across the YMCA to the IY expression down to my secondary school days. It was all about serving. And through that serving, I was given several positions. Even from school, I had different leadership positions because I was introduced to it at the early stage. In my family, I was leading because I was the one that would be doing all the things. I would dish out food for my elder brothers. I was feeling cool and I was enjoying it, serving them, doing all of those things. And till now, I still coordinate their affairs. I still coordinate their affairs. So I'm going this route so we can understand that along the way, I picked the passion to help people, the passion to give myself to others. People that are downcast, people that are weary, people that are not happy, that have experienced any trouble, traumatic moments, experiences. I always want to be there for them. What's going on? How can I help? What are the issues? Let's look at this issue together. Let's find a way around it. There is hope. That is what I do. I bring hope to those that are hopeless. I give them a reason to be hopeful. I give them a reason to love and to enjoy life because what has happened in your past is behind you. So now, I said what led to my starting, and I'm also talking about the challenges. The challenges I faced was that my mom would love me to stay in Lagos, being the only girl. And when I wanted to write my jam, it was clear. I was clear about what I wanted to become because I was enjoying serving, I was enjoying doing things to others, helping others. So I searched thoroughly. I can remember and it's still fresh. I went through and I said I wanted to read sociology. Sociology I picked as my first choice. Sociology I picked as my second choice. It was intentional. Most times, people, if I ask you how many of you picked your career, the career maybe the first degree that you picked, how many of you picked it with guidance from your parents and you are enjoying and you're still working in that career? Please, let me see your hand up. I want this to be as very simple as it can be, and I want us to be able to express ourselves. If you picked a career or you're in that line, and the career you pick is what you are actually doing now, or maybe you're about to, but you're in that line. Thank you very much, Laura. That's good. How many of us again? I can only see one person. Ah, this is worrisome. All right, all right. Yeah, thank you. Now, many of us did not want to study what we first studied. How many of us started or had our first degree, or we're in a line that we're not enjoying, that we didn't pick first. We just felt, wow. So this is to say that my challenges was because I chose sociology. I chose first degree sociology, second degree sociology, and my mom picked my jam form after I've filled everything and said no, you cannot go to Ilorin. I chose Ilorin, first degree, second degree. So I had my personal reasons, though I chose sociology because of what I want to do, but I wanted to go far away because there was sociology in Unilag. I wanted to go far away because I thought I was the only one doing all the whole work and all of that, that except my personal reasons. I might not be right. And my mom said, no, you cannot go to Ilorin. And that was where my journey, just for me, that was it. She changed my course from sociology and put accounting as first choice, and second choice was insurance or thereabout. I was like, excuse me, because I had A1 in account doesn't mean that's what I want to do. That's the truth. Because I had A1 in account doesn't mean that's what I want to become, an accountant. But because they thought I was already taking some decisions and helping in the house, I can manage things well as the woman, the only girl in the house. So that was where everything stopped. That was my first. Hello, can you all still hear me? So that was my first challenge, and that affected me for a long time. Though I read economics, I was given economics in a nutshell. The economics I was given was not what I wanted to study, but I did it. I did economics. And while I was studying in school, because of what I had inside of me, I could not stop but doing what I loved doing. I didn't stop doing what I loved doing. I was still helping. So I was given several positions. I was the all chair of the Great Terminal Hall of University of Lagos, back to back 2 years. So I served people. I made people happy. I brought in, as in doing the whole week, call something all week. Doing that all week, I brought in sponsors. I brought in people, and my all mistress and the people in the leadership role there that managing the hotel were like, wow, this is massive. This was great. As in, I did so many great things because I was doing it conveniently. I was doing it passionately. And the greatest of all my challenge was that even when I finished economics as my first degree, because I was there to proceed, my parents said, it's good to finish up. And I said, okay, let me do my master's. I still made an error. I still went back to do the second degree in economics. That was like fulfilling. But I know one thing for sure that came to me, and I believed that I wasn't going to use my certificate to work. Because what I wanted to do was inside of me, and I was already seeing that expression from a younger age. So I knew my work was more of talking. My work was more of talking. So I don't want to take too much of our time on this. So the obstacles was changing my course, changing all of that. I went a wrong route. But while going that long route, I was still doing what I was doing. Like I said, I was still doing those things, helping people. I brought in the foundation I'm working with now as a volunteer. Then I brought them to come and speak to us on campus. Imagine being the all chair. I had the capacity to empower others. So I was doing all of that. I brought in people to coordinate programs. I remember even Ellen Paul was one of the people that I brought on board then, and she came to doing our whole week. I was the all chair. So Ellen Paul and the rest were all there, and I was doing on my own because I just enjoyed. And after the program, the accolades came. People were just like, okay, you're marvelous, you're this, you're that. And I felt good. I felt good. So in all of this, I still made that mistake. Like I said, I did the second degree in economics. And now, the moment, I've mentioned it, when I felt so good. Every time I have the opportunity to work with people, I feel really good. I remember even during my master's, I was the all secretary of the great Erica Hall of University of Lagos postgraduate until 2019. That time, I also did great things. I said, let's go and visit people in the prison then. Let's go to the hospital. I was firstly, I just, all I could give was an expression of me, what I wanted to do for others. So I was putting it into other people that let's do it this way, let's do it this way. And they were falling into it. And those experiences have not left me because every time I do this, I feel good and I feel fulfilled. And that's the word. Whatever you do and you have great fulfillment, that is pointing towards your purpose. And if the purpose is not known, you know abuse is inevitable. Once you do something and you feel, wow, I'm happy. So that's my aha moment that, wow, Ronke, you can make this happen. And I remember that all week. The one I said all week, the one we did at Erica Hall, it was massive. I had the support of the, in fact, we had a dinner with the registrar of the postgraduate. In fact, I'm still thinking, how was I able to comprehend or put all of those things together? Because I was the one presiding over the committee, putting things together. I'm just telling you that the power in you is limitless. The power you have within you is limitless. All you need is an opportunity to express. And if that opportunity does not come, you have to make a way to find that opportunity. I went to do my master's, but I was doing other things. I was helping. And I remember one of the encounter we had when we went to the prison, then the now correctional facility. I met then our Mustafa was in the prison then. Bodejon was in the prison then. And I led the team because I was the one that coordinated that movement, and we all went there. And when they all saw the image, they saw everybody, they saw those that were really inside, that locked in, that can't move out. And the things we brought, by the time we got back, even inside the bus, we're all saying, okay, thank you. And they never thought it was necessary when they were saying, we don't need to go. I said, let's just express ourselves. So that's to show that whatever passion you carry, you indirectly or directly, you pass it on to others. Please, let's take note of that. I don't want to waste too much time because I'm sure the slides will be shared with you all to see. And I put here as well that there's some strategies I took personally because I knew I didn't have the capacity. I have the passion, and passion is not enough. Please, can you tell yourself, passion is not enough? Passion is never enough. Passion is never enough. You have to learn, you have to relearn, and you have to unlearn. Passion can never be enough. So I took some strategic decision. After my master's, I said to myself, Ronke, it is now time to fulfill my own. I want to enjoy my life. I want to do things because, of course, I was married. I did my master 2009, immediately after my NYC. And I don't want to go to it. I also served in my NYC as the assistant secretary, and I enjoyed all the, it was just full of expression of helping people. So coming back now, and I said to myself after my second degree, and I told my parents, I think I was transitioning to getting married then because I've done the first and second degree in their house. And I said, okay, now I don't care. You have the power to change things. You're an adult. You can pay for your master's. You can do anything you want to do. You can, you're an adult, and I felt good that I can actually take decisions. And I said to myself, I want to now pursue my own career. And that was really strategic. So that was really strategic for me. That was really strategic for me because I wanted to pursue and I was determined. You have to be determined. If you want to move from passion to profit, you must be determined. You can read the slides. I just want to do it off slide. because I'm giving in all that happened to me, and I'm happy every day of what I do now. I am fulfilled and I'm grateful for the future. So I said to myself, I want to empower myself. I want to develop myself. That was it. I said, it's time for personal development. And of course, the kind of work I was doing, I had opportunity to work. I was working, I was earning in different capacity because I was working as a non-profit enthusiast. And then I was doing that just for service purpose. So I was getting some money. So at that point, I've saved about 1 million naira. And I said to myself, I want to spend this 1 million naira on training. That was in 2019. I can never forget that year. I said to myself, I want to spend all this money on personal development. And I took that decision and I began to say which area of my life needs help. And I said to myself, I need help in my emotions because of my exposure, my background, the kind of things I've experienced as a young child. I could see traces of advanced childhood experiences, and I was misbehaving. I just said to myself, I needed to help my emotions. And I'm married, I have children, emotions, post traumatic, all of those things. I just said, no, I want to work on my emotions. And I took in a course on emotional intelligence, and I became a specialist of emotional intelligence. It was a long week course and it was beautiful. I was trained by emotions doctor Oyikosola Alabi, and I did that intentionally. It was not small money. Oh. I paid heavily for it. So you must be willing to pay when in the journey of transforming yourself. Please take note. You must be willing to pay all the costs when you want to transform from being that you to the new you. The becoming comes with a cost. The becoming of you being projected to the world, it comes with a cost, and you must be willing to pay that cost. So looking at that, I decided all of that and I went for emotional intelligence. I did several courses. I did family strengthening engineering system. I did counseling, did certificate. I did counseling diploma. That year was thick. And I remember spending above 1 million. But I didn't know that all these experiences, all this education, development, and all of that was still guiding me into what I want to become. So I can tell you of a fact that if I look at all the people that I've reached, all the people that have worked with me, that have had contact with me, till from that time that I started this work at 13 years old till date, I can beat my chest. There are over 1 million people. There are over 1 million people. This year alone, I've not reached anybody. I should have reached over 20,000. Why am I saying this? It's because of the intentionality that I was willing to pay the cost and I was willing to go through that journey. So now let's look at the slide that says it is not merely about pursuing what you love, but it is also about what others are willing to pay for. What are people willing to pay for? What do you carry that attracts people? What is my personal interest and what do people need out there? That is how you can turn your dreams into reality. People have come to me to consult on how can they do this, how can they do that. Like I said, I've been trained in this field for a while and I'm still learning. And people consult me, I want to start a foundation, I want to start a home, a shelter. How do I go about it? I want to do this, how do I go about it? Now, I can tell you that you must be strategic. When you're in a position that you attract people that need your services, it is time for you to go back to the drawing board and say to yourself, how do I turn this passion into a thriving career? I say on my slide, a thriving career or a side hustle. So passion serves as a catalyst. That is just it. It's going to propel you into action. This passion we're talking about is a catalyst and is propelling each and every one of us into action. And how do we now sustain this? It's through education. Learning, relearning, and unlearning. And then we can now go through the up and down of this journey. When we go through the ups and downs of this journey, then we can say, yes, I have the muscle, I have the stamina, I can step towards success, I can step towards fulfillment. I'm happy now because looking back, it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy. But looking back, I'm fulfilled. I'm fulfilled because I'm in another realm, another phase now, another phase of enlarging my coast. That's expanding because I've already gotten that network. I've already gotten that exposure. I'm now on evaluating my skill set. What do I have? That's the slide I'm on now. So in case you're following me. Uh I've realized that this is what I'm worth. This is what I am worth. This is what I'm worth. People are looking for me here, there. Just before I was actually I left church late. Hello. People look for me now. Why do they look for me? Because I'm a solution provider. I carry something that attracts the market. What is the market? Any woman, any boy, any girl, any man going through crises, emotional, marriage, domestic, all forms of abuse, any form you can think of, emotional, physical, sexual, they contact me. Though my specialty is for children and teenagers, but because I have a wide of experience in marriage, family, and there's not how you work with children, somehow you have to work with the families. And when you work with the families, you'll be able to provide more solution holistically to the issue on ground. So I've gotten that gaps of the gap. There was a gap, and that gap was because people out there are going through a lot. There are bad people that have made them feel bad, or they've gone through bad experiences, whether they were sexually abused or all of that, and they needed help. So I am now bridging that gap. I am the missing key skill and the missing link to connect them to how they can become better, get services, and get all that they need. Now, you have to research your own industry. Where do you want to specialize? How much do you know? Because you must become an authority in your field. Please note that down. You must become an authority in your field. When you get to that stage that you have become an authority, you can now say, wow, how then do I navigate to become better? Because when you're an authority, that's where you can now begin to put prices. They won't have a choice than to pay for your services. Because people would have referred people to you that if you get to this person, you get solution. That is when they can now say, this person knows her onions and she knows what she's doing. But for people like you and I that still feel there's still room for more, now let's expand only when we can examine our finances. What do we have on ground? Do you have the resources that is enough for you to start up something? Like I said, I'm in a phase now, and the phase I have is that I've gotten so much network, and now it's huge. But there's money in this network because they're all requiring services. If I ask us now, please, can you all answer me in your own little way? How much can you invest in your business, in the business you want to do? Give me a percentage. Like how many percentage can you invest in your business? Just type it. Or you can raise up your hand or mute to speak. How many percent can you invest? Our not that percent, 60%. Okay.
70%.
Wow, 70%. Any other thing different? Okay. 80%. Is the electrical 80%? That's huge. Very huge. 80%. Wow. Now, how do I have a stable income? 50%. Wow. That's a balance. Because if you're taking such a great risk of putting your finances on the table, if you want to put that much percentage, you must check, set a realistic budget. A realistic budget without risking your safety net. If you want to start up and you want to do something for yourself, you must set a realistic budget. Remember, I said I set a goal for my personal development. It was 1 million, but it was exceeded. I exceeded that amount, but I was able to afford it. That year, I didn't buy clothes. I denied myself of so many things. Please, can you put in the chat box, learn to deny yourself some things when in your journey to greatness. You must be able to deny yourself something when you are in that journey to greatness. This is because there will be conflicting interests. And now I remember my economics strategy because I went to school, I read economics. And that economics was that clear that wow, you have to set priorities. And we call it what? Who knows what we call it in economics? If you can get it, I will send Mr. Lawati. I have this for you. Who knows what we call it in economics?
Scale of preference.
Who said that? Please let me note the person's name down.
It's me.
Very, very important. You must, at every point of your life, put out a scale of preference. The economics is you managing your resources, utilizing them efficiently and effectively. When you identify resources, what do I have? All I had then was passion. And I was using it. And passion can lead you to death. Because you can be passionately crazy about the work and you give yourself and you forget yourself. I learned that in emotional intelligence. I don't care, passion will drive you crazy. Passion will lead you to death. Because you will continue to give yourself, you will give yourself, you will give yourself until you have given all. And there will be nothing left. And I said, no, okay, I'm not giving myself a loan. I must know myself and I must choose myself. You will learn that in emotional intelligence. When you give yourself, you know yourself and you choose yourself, you prioritize yourself and you prioritize your needs. So now I want to move quickly because I know just let me know if my time is almost starting. Looking at the logistics available, do you have a business plan, all of that? For me, my goal is to reach every child with the right information. I'm a child advocate and I want every child to have the right information and help them to become the best they can ever be. If a child has information and a child is given education, sensitized, and has the need for ego to say, I'm empowered to live impactfully, I can be rest assured that that child will work in the right direction, will not allow somebody else to, to, to infringe upon their right. That child will be audacious. That child will begin to work towards not giving up, will have tenacity, will have grit, and will be resilient. Very important. You have to build a business plan. I think I mentioned that. You have to get organized. And creating your brand, I want to spend time that. Creating your brand is expressing you. You are expression of who you are in your thought. And you are expressing it out for others to see. Because everything comes here first. Every idea comes in from here. I'm on the slide of create your brand. Number 7. When you have your thoughts here, you think through what you want to do, you strategize and say, yes, this is how I navigate, this is how I move, this is how I do it. That's the power of logic reasoning and creativity. When you have that, you begin to say, wow, this is how I want my pursuit to be like. This is how I move in this direction to get the result. If you do not spend time in creating your brand, there's no how much you can put in. That's the truth. You want to focus on how do I put myself out there? How do people get to know me? Now, like I said, I've built enough network. What stage I am now is this stage. You'll be wondering how. I have brought out so much because I'm an expression of Pastor Bimbo Odikoya Foundation. People even call me Mrs. Bimbo because that is where I sprung out from. And because of my work experience in the foundation for years, there's a difference between saying you can't really somehow you can't separate me from the foundation somehow. Though I'm not Odikoya, but I am the face of the foundation. You remember when I said I am on this face now, creating your brand. I am the face of the foundation. I must shock you. I received an award 2021. Yeah, by our governor, Governor Sowolu. And he wrote Mrs. Bimbo Oyelakin. That was the expression. That's what everybody feels. And then when people come and say, Mrs. Bimbo, I said, sorry, I'm not Mrs. Bimbo. I'm Aderonke Oyelakin. I work with Bimbo Declare Foundation. So now I'm trying to separate myself from the brand. But how do I do that? I've a longer years spent so much time projecting me as this. Yeah.
Hi, welcome back, man. We can hear you.
Yeah, sorry. Like I said, I'm in that phase of creating my own brand and still sustaining the foundation. The foundation is an expression of the late Pastor Bibo Dikoya. And I am Aderonke Oyelakin. Though I'm the face of the foundation, but the foundation should always project itself more than me. And that's the next phase I am, like I said. So activating your network. Once you have created a strong brand identity, you have to activate it. So most people now, if they call me my capacity, I go as Aderonke Oyelakin, a professional counselor. And if I go in the capacity of Pastor Bibo Dekoya Foundation, I go in that capacity fully as a staff, as the executive coordinator of Bimbo Dekoya Foundation. You must be able to separate. Some of you wear many caps. It's okay. If you wear many caps, it is very okay. Wear that many caps and wear it well with grace. But you must know how to separate it. Separation is very key because whatever impression, whatever you give can last forever. So when people call me on my personal line, I say, I'm sorry, though I won't respond to you, but this is the official line. I'm sorry, but this is the official line of the foundation. So you communicate with me from the official line. So you get used to it. So I'm intentionally doing that. And turning it into profit. People call me now and I make money. I can tell you, I make money from my personal going. But I can never ask for money on the platform of Pastor Bimbo Declare Foundation because I'm being paid salary. That's a dilemma. You'll be asking me conflict of interest. No. Once you know who you are, if you invite people to come, you write officially to the foundation who follow through with you as a foundation. But because of the network I have built, I'm a professional counselor. I belong to Association of Professional Counselors. I'm a therapist. I belong to this one. I'm a family life clinical. I belong to the family life. So they call me in that capacity. So in that capacity, I go as Aderonke Oyelakin. And I then activated my network, my strong brand identity, and I take that bigger step into that turning. That is where I am now. You know, this is my stage 8, 7 from 7 to 10. That is where I am. I'm now turning that journey into passion. If you read my beginning of my slide, I said before, now, and future. I've told you where I am now, and I'm telling you where I'm going. That's where I'm going is to now begin to. I'm already charging. Most of my sessions are not free. If you call my office, my personal line, and you want me to give you therapy, it's not free. But everyone that comes to the foundation, I can't charge them. Even if you invite me to come and speak, I've gone to Badagry before to go and speak, and they gave me only water. And I did it excellently well, with joy. Because that is my first responsibility to do that in the capacity of the foundation. So I would like to conclude this part 8. Do not jump. Look, let me read it this way. This is one of the biggest steps you can take into your journey to turn your passion into a career. When you activate your network and they know you for you as Aderonke Oyelakin, then I have turned it. Because the passion was mine. It was not people declare foundation's passion. The passion was mine. I only found a place to express my passion. I hope you are following me closely. I had my passion belongs to me. The work, the service I started with from my background experience was because I love to serve. That service brought me to volunteer at the foundation. That service brought me to work with the foundation, and I'm still working with several other organizations. That service is what is leading me. But now I got to a point in my life that I've built so much strong network. I have over 3,000 people I'm working with in Lagos. I work with the government so closely, very closely. I work with the government very closely when it comes to child's rights, women's rights, protection, and all of that. So you can see that that network has been built. Now I am now moving to that, turning that passion into profit. Turning your passion to profit is very key because your finances will add. Your finances will add. House rent, shop, office, you will buy lights, you will buy this one. You can't work for free anymore. Talk is cheap, but talk cannot pay bills. So how do I now translate my talking to money? So when I take sessions, therapy sessions, they pay me for it. And I clocked 40 in May 8th. I clocked 40 and I checked all the certificates I've gotten. Let me bust your bubbles. When I checked all my certifications and professional development and all of that, I have gotten more than 55. 55, more than 55. I lost count. When I checked my award, in fact, I was like, wow, at 40, the kind of award I've received. I've gotten a lifetime achievement award from the prestigious University of Lagos. The Alumni Association gave me in 2022. Long time achievement. That means they've seen me consistently. A lifetime achievement award meant so much that you have done it consistently. And the awards are still coming, though, because I still got one 2 days ago. Yeah. For an organization that I offer therapy sessions for people that come to contact a journey to owners. They clocked 5, and there's just a few of us that are therapists there. And I was like, wow, I'm adding to my award. This year I've received like seven awards, and I've received this year alone another 15 certificates. So, like I said, I'm rounding up soon so that we can have more time to talk and have questions. However, the last slide. Oh, sorry, I was still talking. Sorry. I'm on slide 9, the last part. However, remember not to jump the gun with this. What I'm saying is that I said the biggest steps you can take is turn your passion into career. And turning your passion into career, the slide before this one, go back to the slide of 8. I said this is one of the biggest steps you can take in this journey to turn your passion into career. And however, remember not to jump the gun with this. You will not turn your passion to career when you have not grown, when you have not developed yourself, when you have not raised a network, when you have not got your branding, you have not done so many things, you have not activated your network, you cannot turn it to full career. You have to do it step at a time. And you announce the launch of your business. You can't do that if you are not ready for it. You must be ready to do it. And that will take you to the next slide. That's the 10th slide. Take your time. Please tell your neighbor, take your time. I hope you heard when I was saying that the journey, when I was counting my losses and my gains. And I said when I was 40, on the 8th of May, I was 40 and I was like, wow, okay, you've come this far. Only with the help of God. But you've achieved so much. You've achieved so much. Not monetary. Not monetary. I've achieved so much. Social impact. My impact is wide. Not monetary. But I said to myself, this next phase, my next 10-year plan, is to build that wealth of influence. When it comes wealth, now begin to get the gains. I'm already getting it, but not in full time. Because I'm working with somebody. So, and I told you the level I am on this chat. So I'm telling you the way it is in my heart. So take your time. It's tempting to dive into full time, but patience is key. Take your time. Remember, I said I'm also an authority already in this field. Everything I'm doing, government always works with me. I'm hosting a collaborate event. That event is the happening in the US, all over Nigeria, all over the country. But for Lagos State, I'm the host. And I'm bringing different stakeholders. We're going to be joining them from US, join them online, and we will take our own and do the report. So I'm the chair, coordinating that. And what are we doing? We are only working with vulnerables. Working with vulnerables by strengthening families. want children to be in families. I'm seeing that I am taking my time to do all I'm doing now. I'm getting all the knowledge I can, the wisdom I can, all the possibility of networks and all of that, because I want to enjoy when I get to the things called money. I said, no, sorry, 5 minutes is 1 minute. 2 minutes, you know. I have therapists that get that thought. But because I'm working with the foundation, like I said, it's tempting to dive in full time. People see me now, they say, madam is already there. You can start your own. You can, yes, I've already started my own. I already have my own capacity. I'm even put know me for who I am. You know what I can deliver. But I'm not going to dive in full time yet. But I'm already making profit from my career. So there's no size-fits-all answer. You will need to decide what works for you, financial situation and goals. If I'm going full-time, how much have I saved? Where am I doing all of this work? What am I doing? How do I expand? Like I said, I'm expanding. So 10 says stay passionate. Aderoke passion, the passion she had years ago, is it still there? That passion it's well, it's growing, it's still there. I haven't lost it. Today I'm fulfilled because I did I work late today because I had to settle the couple. And the joy I saw, the man and the wife being separated for a while, coming back together with their 4 children. I could see the grace, the joy. That was fulfilling for me. That was really fulfilling. So I'm still passionate. So my number 10 point says, stay passionate. Turning your hobby, what I love to do, into business can flood the line between work and play. I'm enjoying each day of my life because I am enjoying working with people. But yet, do I get burnout? Yes. And that's why I've learned to put that thin line. I say, no, don't care. It is time to rest. It is time to do this. It's time to do that. And I switch up my phone as well because people call me a lot. I receive so many cases on a daily basis, being a state coordinator of child protection network. So staying connected to the passion that inspired you will help you sustain long-term success. You have to stay connected and remember why you started. Remember why you started and let that journey drive you forward. So my last slide, as we close, where do you see yourself in the next 10 years? This is also talking to me because we have to continually take the steps. The day we stop dreaming, then you are dead, you are gone. Your mind is dead. But when you dream, and you dream, and you dream, you have to keep dreaming. And you have to keep dreaming. And I'm dreaming. And I'm seeing myself in that 10 years' time. I say, wow. Wow. I've come to this far. But here I am. So, dream. Please dream. And don't just dream. Dream big. Picture what you desire. Whatever you see in the next 10 years, what are the things you will need to navigate yourself there? Start the process now. When I see you in 10 years' time, some of you are already put your names, I can't see you well, but I can put some of your names. I want you to be able to say, yes, 10 years ago I was here, but here I am now. And all thanks to Ayolawa Foundation, the limited opportunity to be able to see what I'm doing is not worthless. My passion is not worthless, but I can turn it to good. When I begin to say to myself, I don't care, do I need it? The world needs this service. What service are you providing that people need? What things do you have in your hand? You can live well out of this. And I'm happy. The next 10 years, by the grace of God, then you'll be okay. You pay heavily to talk to me. Thank you very much. I appreciate you working.
Thank you so much, man. That was very powerful. And I can see the reactions are pouring in already. Thank you so much, man. That was very inspiring. some of the key points for me were passion is not enough, and you need to learn to turn your passion to profit, learn to turn your passion to a career by developing yourself, build your brand and a quality network. And then finally, also to avoid burnout, learn to enjoy your craft without monetary expectations sometimes. Thank you so much, Mrs. Aderonke, for that powerful presentation. I'm sure the participants who joined in earlier and even in the course of the presentation have gotten value for their time this evening. Quickly, please, if you have questions, you can kindly signify by raising your hand or you drop them in the chat section. And also, before we take the questions once again, I would like to reiterate that you can follow us on all our social media platforms. I think the links are in the chat section. We're on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter. Please take time out to follow, share, like our posts. We would love for you to be part of our network. So questions, ladies and gentlemen, let's have a question. Okay, I think there's a question here from Mr. Lawa Olawoye. And it reads, in your journey to fulfilling your passion, how do you manage resistance? Mrs. Adorinka, are you there, man?
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah, so Mr. Lawa Olawoye is asking, in your journey to fulfilling your passion, how do you manage resistance?
It wasn't easy, and the journey cannot be easy. But when you believe in yourself, and you've decided to move irrespective of anything, the resistance that comes in, I have to build that inner strength, that inner power to say, Aderonke, you can't quit now. You can't quit now. You can't quit now. Even though I might not be able to fight back, but I have this power of resilience. And that power is saying, I'm going to keep moving. That tenacity, I will keep moving towards achieving this goal. And that should always be at the back of our mind that what come may, I will stay tuned. My husband at some point told me to resign. We didn't have enough time, so I cannot even express all that I've been through in 40 years. My husband told me to resign when I had our first child. And he said, you can't cope with this kind of work you used to do. I said, sorry, you know me. This is what I love to do. But I will try to make a balance between family, work, and even my personal life. And that's true development. I was able to strike that balance. Like now, and I've never gotten a maid. You can imagine. I've never gotten a maid with the kind of work I do. I'm the one that takes care of my children. Nobody lives with us. If I'm not available, we switch the roles. Because I had work today, I asked them, husband, please take care of the children. I brought them to church, he took them home. So please, nothing can stop you. You are the one that can stop yourself. You are the one that will stop yourself. People will talk. People will tell you, are you sure this is what you're doing? Just stay tuned to what you believe in. You must believe in yourself and you must keep pushing. This song by Tenny, go and listen to it. That song, I love it. And I play it when I go to children's party. And I said, that don't let anybody tell you that you can't. You keep on believing in yourself. Because God knows the end from the beginning. You are the ones that can tell yourself that you will do it. You will do it. And you keep moving. And the resilience will keep you moving. Nobody can stop you except you.
Awesome. Thank you very much for that, ma'am. Mr. Olawoye, I hope your question has been answered. Now, there's another question from Nurse Doc, and he's asking, can all passion be converted to profit?
Absolutely. They say every passion can be converted. Like, if you love making air for people, there's money in there. Talking. Love talking. If my husband was telling me that go and build a school, I said that's my end goal. He was like, I'm not serious. I said, yes, that's my end goal. Because I'm an educationist. And I've gotten all the experience. I can run a school. I'm a child protection enthusiast. I have all the requirements. A social worker in view. So you don't understand. So you can actually turn your passion to profit, and all passion can be turned to profit. But you have to take it at a time. You can't say you are doing this now and you want to start calling yourself that big shots. That if you do this, I want to earn 50 million. That's not smart. You must set goals that are smart and achievable, that you can really say this goal is tending towards my progress, not a goal that you know you can't meet. Not a goal you can't meet. So gradually your passion will turn to profit. Now, when I go to speak in my capacity, of course there'll be an agreement before I come. If I'm coming to speak, you say you pay me, you fill the form, all of that, you go through that and you pay. But I didn't jump there at once. So if you want to say if they want to call you to come and talk, now you answer, give me 1 million. They say, who are you? Who you be? What's your strength? What's your capacity? What do you carry? You must know your worth. When you know your worth, gradually people begin to see your worth. And when they see your worth, they have that experience with you. They have that connection with you. Somebody linked them up with.
Hello, ma. Are you done speaking, ma? Mrs. Aderonke, we can't hear you, ma. Mrs. Aderonke, your mic is muted, ma.
Oh, I just answered now. So you
Oh,
didn't hear all I said.
yes, we didn't get you, ma.
Oh, I said even pastors, they get profits for preaching. How? People gift them. I didn't know what I said though. I said pastors also get gifts. So these gifts is tend towards what the service they've rendered. Not because they're asking for the money, but because people felt this person has helped me. I should be able to return, voluntarily. So if you have a hard work, you know how to make hair, you collect money. My own passion is talking. So my talking, I could get my own benefits in a different way. Maybe when I want to go and speak in a place, we have an agreement. I fill the form, you fill the form, and I say, okay, this is the signed agreement. You pay me 50,000 per 1 hour. For 3 hours, I'm taking 150,000, and we agree. But all passion, one way or the other, is profitable, and that's the truth. If you help someone, there's likelihood of getting the benefit, the feedback benefits. So you can turn your passion to profit, and all passion can be turned to profit. Not because you want to do it by yourself, but one step at a time. I didn't know you didn't hear. I said a lot that you take it one step at a time. I can't just say I want to start making big money now. They come in to come out. They say, no, my bill is 5 million for 1 hour. They will say, who are you? Where you come from? Who you be? You can't just start from there. You have to start. Slow and steady wins the race. It's from one step to another step. Then from there, when you've built your network, people have known you, they know who you are, they know what you want, they know what you are able to deliver. Then they can resonate with you, they can link you up and say, this person has helped me, this person has done this when it comes to speak, and they will begin to link you. That's how you get money. If they call my organa principal way that taught me in family life, some places it will not go because it has passed that level. That is how it works. There are grades and there are levels for everything. So if you're at that level that you're not making profit yet, you begin to do all of those things we have said, highlighted, then you will see yourself get to a particular stage. You say, no, I have arrived. And at this stage, I need to begin to make more myself visible. When people begin to have connections with me, then I leave a long-lasting impact that they can always come back for my services and they can refer people back to me. So I think for now, you must identify where you are. What stage are you? And why do you want profits? If that profit is the first thing, then you are purely a business person. For me, I'm a social impact person. I'm not fully I'm a social entrepreneur. So mine is making money and making people happy.
Hey, la 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 la. So mine is different. I make people happy and I help you to be better, but I get paid for it. I'm a social worker. So you must know who you are. If you're a street business person, Mr. Lawana, if he wants to do computer this thing for you, he will tell you my money is this amount, my services is this price. You can't tell him that Oga, he can't do it because it's cash and carry. You can't get to the place he will buy computer and say it's business, it's strictly business. So you want you know yourself, what you are valuable of, what you can deliver, what people know you as, what need, what gap you are feeling. Then it's easier to turn it to profit. But some you cannot turn to profit. But most times, gradually you can turn to profit. Because when they begin to see you, if you work now for as a cleaner and people begin to see that this person cleans well, you can begin to say, I want to start doing cleaning business. They put a price tag to it. You can start small. And that is how you start. You must start small. Don't start big. Start small. But know that you are ending big. Start small but end big. Don't start small and stay small. A lot of people start small and stay small. Me, I started small and I'm already seeing the big way.
Awesome.
So I'm already in the level that I'm getting to my. So you must know where you are. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, man. That was very powerful and insightful. Nurse Doc, I hope your question has been answered. Before we go, we'd like to take one more question. But we need you to still be on the call now, so we can take the vote of thanks.
All
Any
right,
other
thank
question?
you.
Okay, the final question is from Nimat. Miss Nimat, can you unmute your mic? And then we take your question.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening. You're welcome.
Very much. So my question is, how can one balance passion with business side of thing? I mean, how can someone manage the creative, the emotional, and personal aspect of their work with the practical and operational aspects?
So if you're going to be doing passion and business, then you must be able to separate it. I think I mentioned during one of my feelings that for me, my passion is this, but now going fully into business, I must put structures. When I put structures, you can't reach me anyhow. You know, I said it when we presented that you cannot reach me anyhow now. Because you will talk to my manager. So when you put structures, you are making it more business-like. And the structure is that this is how our flow. This is what we get. This is what you get. It's clear. When things like that are clear, it's easier for you to now say, these are the things that makes a business. You must be able to say it the way it is. So please, the difference when you are serving people and you're not expecting anything, passion can lead in that way. There's one way that you can do that one. There was a point in my life, I was just about giving. I said it until I gave everything finished. But I now said to myself, I must go and get balance. And that balance came with emotional maturity. Emotional maturity about now putting myself, I cannot give everything out. I must always refuel. I must refuel. And when I'm refueling, it costs money. All the courses I went to do was not free now. Your personal development costs money. So you must be able to separate. When it's business, don't put emotions. Mr. Lawa cannot put emotion when he wants to go and buy you a computer. He tell him that, Mr. Lawa, you know you are my brother. Let me pay 5,000 naira. I say, computer, 5,000 naira. It doesn't work. There's no way about it. There's no mago. Business is business. If you want to buy, you buy. If you don't want to buy, bring your money. If you want to buy, bring money, let me buy. If you don't want to buy, it can't work. But passion will say, there's no way about it. But you can be passionate. But when you apply wisdom with education and development, you can now say you are working in a career. I have a career. That's where I am. I have a career. This is my career, and that career is what I want to now extend to my doctorate level. So this is my full bus stop that I want to stand on this my social work thing and finish my I'm building that career. That's my goal.
All right, thank you very much, Mrs. Aderonke for the answers to the questions asked. Please still stay on the call, ma. Before we take the vote of thanks, we would like to take a video that talks more about the Ayo Lawa Empowerment Foundation. Please stay tuned.
There's a place in your heart, and I know that it's love. This place was brought tomorrow. And if you really try, you'll find there's no need to cry. This place, well, there's no hurt or sorrow.